All right, week 17 of the Saturday series.
All right, so this week's workout, we had a third person join us again. Thank you, Matt, for coming out. Always makes it quite a bit easier. So today's workout, the entire thing from front to back, was 5 deadlifts at 300 pounds, 10 box jumps on a 24-inch box, and 5 dumbbell thrusters with 60-pound dumbbells. So the way we did it, it was as many rounds as possible in 25 minutes. So the way we counted those rounds, anytime somebody finished a round, that was counted as a round. So it wasn't 25 rounds each, for example. It was added up cumulatively between the three of us. So in that 25-minute time span, we did get 17 rounds completed, which I'm, moderately happy with. I think it's a pretty good job.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good. By far, getting to the dumbbell thrusters were the worst part of all 3 exercises. I don't know how you felt. But
yeah, no, I think all 3 of us could kind of echo the same point. Anytime we keep doing this where we throw 60-pound dumbbell thrusters in, because before we start the workout, I'm like, yeah, 60 pounds is no problem. It's the heaviest dumbbell you've got in the garage, right? So it's let's just throw that around, right? We're doing strength programming, we should do 60-pound dumbbell thrusters. It's wrong every time. Every time I have that instinct where it's like, that would be a good idea. You get 1 round in and you realize that is an absolute roadblock. This is too heavy for a thruster, right? At least for us. It absolutely sucks. Not a big fan of it. And if we could go back and change one thing, we probably wouldn't change it, but we should.
We should absolutely change it.
So that was pretty much the entire thing. The entire workout, I found it was actually structured pretty nicely because we had a little bit of heavy in the front with the deadlifts. We had a little bit of breathy in the middle with the the box jumps, and then after that the dumbbell thrusters, again heavy, right? So a little bit of that nice structure where you got the heavy and the cardio mixed in kind of 1-to-1, which is always cool to have. But it did get pretty tough though throughout the course of it, even with that longer rest period with 3 folks.
Yeah, it's right when I was about to recover, I had to go again, and it was not recovered.
Well, it got double as bad too, because we were pushing it the first few rounds. We were really going, right? Because people are watching. If you got 3 people there, it's there's enough social influence to really kind of make you push past that boundary of what is acceptable for your own tolerance. So Matt figured out the big way. Matt did it up 3/4 through the workout, did run for a puke break, which hats off to him for pushing that hard. But at the same time, to keep the rounds going, all of a sudden we had half as much rest.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked, right? So
well, that's the thing too. Is very rare do you see an AMRAP at 25 minutes. AMRAPs are usually 12 to 15 minutes max.
Yeah.
So I can see that's why he had to go take a break.
Yeah, 25 minutes, it did add up over time, right? Because, at the end of the day, 17 rounds is still 17 rounds. It is a little bit of work. So, it wasn't one of the worst ones we've ever done, but it definitely wasn't fun. It had its own kind of flavor to it. So, either way, that was the workout. I'm pretty pleased with 17 rounds. If you guys want to give this a try, all you need to have, obviously, is a barbell and a little bit of weight, some sort of box jump style implement, and then a set of dumbbells, right? Obviously, if you're not going to pick the exact same weights, you don't have to. It's just pick something that is difficult enough for a set of 5 that it leaves you pretty winded and you have to recover afterwards. So when partner number 2 is going, you can, take that time to break and then come back at a full force. So either way, that was the entire thing front to back. Any questions about us, do hit us up. But either way, I would recommend you give it a try. If not this, then something like it. But I appreciate you watching.
Absolutely. Easy. All right, first week into our new programming.
All right, so this is the very first week, like Jordan just said. If this is the first video you're tuning into, this is the right place to be to start this 12-week block of programming. So what's going on here? This next 12 weeks is going to be going through a kind of cyclical overload where you're going a little bit heavier week on week into 3-week blocks to make up the entire 12-week program. So the way this is going to look is the first week is fairly light intensity-wise, the second week is a little bit heavier intensity-wise, and the third week is peak intensity before you go back through that structure again. So light, moderate, heavy, light, moderate, heavy throughout the entire 12-week program. So the way that we're structuring it right now, this is a strength-based programming. So if you're in a calorie surplus looking to add weight to your body, this is going to help. If you're looking to add weight to the barbell, this is going to help. So if you're looking for strength or, to muscle growth, hypertrophy, stuff like that, this is the program to go with. Now, what we're doing with this is we're making sure that we have a controlled amount of total training stress throughout the week, where we've been a little bit hot off the trigger the past few programs with that stuff.
Yeah, we've been known to redline it too much.
Yeah, I mean, the last few programs,
it's worked.
They're productive, but if you're not in like a wild calorie surplus, it's a little bit much. So this one's a little tiny bit more reserved, a little more judicious in the application. So the idea behind this is I'm pursuing to myself on the side a little bit more of hypertrophy-based programming, so stuff to just, work on the physique in general, and then you take away a little bit of the stuff that you're doing too.
Yeah, on my side of the things, when I go to work, I'm getting back into my Olympic lifts, any kind of derivatives and kind of CrossFit style work on my end of things, and seeing how I can convert it with this programming.
Yeah, so you can keep that malarkey to yourself. I'm not going to touch any of that stuff. So either way, though, you can take the entire program that's based around this power programming, and there is still room, like total volume-wise throughout the week, to add a little bit of hypertrophy work if that's your thing, or to add a little bit of stuff on the side if that's your thing. So you can take this in a couple different directions, and that's kind of how we built it, to where it's not specific to one certain goal. You can do a couple different things with this program. So either way, that's the entire outline. If you tune in each week to the last part of the video, just like this, the last 2 to 3 minutes will be the programming update. Now, all you have to do to follow this program is you just watch the program cards on screen. Obviously, take out the weights if they're filled in for myself and Jordan. Just put in the weight that works for you. Now, the only caveat to this is you have to know your hypothetical 1 rep max. So to figure that out, okay, just type it into a 1 rep max calculator if you got some sort of like fitness tracking app, or just look it up online. Pretty easy to find, okay? So if you know your hypothetical 1 rep max, make sure that any movement that has a percentage beside it in the program card, that you base that percentage off your 1 rep max. Okay, any questions about that, you can hit us up on Instagram or shoot us a message here. But other than that, though, that's the entire program front to back, and tune in for the next few weeks to see where it goes.
Perfect.